My name is Damali Savi and I welcome you to this episode of the Ideation Corner. The Ideation Corner is a space where ideas are discussed and dissected. And today I host Annet Nanyanzi, who is the co-founder and executive director of Green Shares, and she's going to tell us all about it. Annet, you're very welcome.
Thank you, Damali. Hello, everyone. Yes, Green Shares, we're a social enterprise that started in 2018, then operationalized in 2019. We link farmers to smallholder farmers, leveraging on technology. Our problem was, how long will a smallholder farmer remain small? How long will they start subsistence? Realize I've been working for development organizations for over 10 years, but you realize all the interventions still leave the smallholder farmer at subsistence. They don't grow in terms of income. So we came up with a model that will enable these farmers to earn more production and also increase their income. Yeah. We also wanted everyone to participate in agriculture in different forms. So, but of course it's important to start with a market. That's why we started our Market Connect services for farmers. This really help the farmer farm with confidence because they know there's already market.
Let's start with the farmer. How do you help the smallholder farmer?
Yeah, what happens, using our agents, we mobilize the farmers in groups, identify a value chain that has market or demand. Yeah, because we've already mapped buyers to farmers and what they require. And
your agents are where are they based?
In the community.
Are they across the whole of Uganda?
No, we piloted in Kamoli, we are also now in Nuwero and Kriandongo. Okay. Yeah, we have plans to go to Nyoya and those other districts, but yeah, we started small.
Of course, you have to start somewhere. Which value chains are you looking at in these areas?
Yeah, we're looking at soybean, we're looking at maize. Yeah, we'll also be considering sim. Okay. Yeah, we've piloted rice and we're interested in growing this more. We're doing rice in Kasese. Yes.
So your agent who is at Saying Kamuli?
Yes.
How does he engage the smallholder farmers?
So,
or she?
She or he. Yeah, most of them are women. But what happens, because they know the farmers, where the farmers are located, we have an initial inception meeting with these farmers, tell them about how we work, identify the value chain they'll be working in. Sometimes the value chain is already there, but it needs improvement in terms of agronomy services for more yield. Yeah, they register with their names, okay, or the biodata, name, location, village, acreage. Yeah, so we usually support them with quality seed because we know the seed is a problem. We don't want them to grow things and they won't germinate. So we are partnering with some seed companies to supply them seed. Then at our agronomists will show them what they need to do in terms of farming. Then at the end of the...
And this is the same agent who is there?
That agent does more of mobilizing the farmer, and at the trading time, because they would be the collection center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at the trading time. But our agronomist goes to the community to show them the agronomy services and that kind of thing. But what we are going to add in the equation, we are ensuring that everyone, okay, after we've traded with them for some time, everyone will be able to have a phone and they will be getting agronomy services on their phone.
Okay.
Yeah, tips on what to do so that we reach more people at a cheaper cost.
Okay, going back to this farmer in Kamuli, what value chain are you doing in Kamuli?
We are doing chia seed.
Chia seed. So yes. Back to this farmer in Kamuli who's doing chia seed, who your agent then registered with other farmers who are doing chia seed.
Yes.
And then they get access to the agronomist. What does the agronomist do?
The agronomist will show them how to manage the land, how to plant, when to weed, because, for example, chia is an organic crop. You don't need fertilizers or anything. It grows anywhere. On any soil with 101 health benefits. Yes. So it was the first time the farmers had seen chia seed in Kamoli.
You introduced it?
Yeah, we introduced it. The amazing thing was the effects, like beyond income, because we had some farmers who had problems like with ulcers and
they could use chia seed themselves.
So when they harvested during the trading season, they kept some, because we explained also the health benefits. Yeah, the ulcers, those with arthritis.
So these ones you did provide the input.
Yes, we provided the seed, and we also provided the market.
Okay. Do they have to buy it from you, or do they have to pay for it?
Yes, they pay for it using our harvest model. That's why we are called shares. We share
you share the cost and the benefit.
Yes, we share the cost and benefit using our harvest share model. So it's usually between 10 and 15%, depending on the costs involved on input, the agronomist and the aggregation costs. Yeah.
So when their share grows, they brought the input from you, then they grow. The share is harvest time.
Yes.
Then your agent, who is on the ground, consolidates, buys all this.
Yeah, so what would happen, this agent would have a collection store. Yeah, that's one of the requirements. You need a phone and a collection store. So the farmer brings the crop to the agent. The agent verifies the quality, the weight. Then they trigger payment saying, Damali Sali has brought 100 kilos of chia seed. The rate then was 2,000 shillings. Actually, before we rolled out chia seed, the prices were very interesting. It was 6,000 a kilo. But that year when we launched in Kamoli, the prices dropped, global prices dropped. So the farmer who was expecting 3,000 minimum got 2,000, which was a bit of.
How did you encourage them to continue growing?
That's the problem. That's the problem. Chia seed has been...
The price has fluctuated?
Yes, has had low prices for the last 1 year, over 1 year. So we've not been pushing for it anymore. That's why we continued with these other value chains of soybean and maize.
Okay. Yeah. But going back to the thing, so the farmer brings the product or the value, whether it's maize, whatever it is, to your agent. Agent buys it, pays the farmer through mobile money?
Yes, we're using a payment platform to pay them. They will tell us the details. These details are keyed into the system that validates the name to the contact, or if they have no phone, they can get the money using their next of kin who would have a phone, maybe a relative or husband. Yeah.
So Green Shares is the one paying, it's not your agent on the ground paying?
No, they don't pay. They just trigger the payment process. Okay. Yes. Yeah, so the payments are instant. It's when the information comes, within 5 minutes the farmers got their money. And this before, the farmers were hesitant getting mobile money, but when they saw the benefits, they got excited and said, yeah, when I get my money on their phone, I can save it. They won't steal it. And of course, they can now access microloans on their phones. So we're happy to be contributing to financial inclusion.
And then for you, once your agent gets this maize, or whatever it is, maize or rice, the value chains that you're in, once they get it in their store, what happens next? Because
there are different agents in a district, there will be like 2 minimum. When they've aggregated to at most 10 kilos, the bulk that can be moved to the buyer now, the agro process. So we do an aggregation process when everyone has sourced and we deliver to the buyer. Because would have pre-negotiated the price, the date of delivery. So then we work with some logistics companies because we don't have trucks on our own, but we use services of other logistics companies. They deliver the crop to our buyer, then we wait for our payment. And it's all in the platform? Yes. It's all on your... some of the features are not yet developed. The Market Connect, we can pay. Yes, but the buyer information, they would know that this crop has gone, for example, to Arise and Shine, an agro miller. But the development process of the whole platform is still work in progress. But It's going to help us with traceability, because these farmers would have their details of how much you brought. Then they are linked to a buyer immediately, like the system links them to a buyer that, okay, maize from Rose has gone to maybe buyer X. Such that in case there are issues with Rose's maize, we can trace back and say,
find out where
this was the one who,
okay.
and the agent will of course be questionable. That why did you allow this? Because because if it has quality issues, then there are other processes we go through to either reclaim or And
so let me, which major value chains are you working with currently?
We are doing soybean, maize, and rice.
That's it, 3?
Yes, 3.
Okay. And you're in these regions, Kamuli, Kasese, and...
Chiriandongo, Luwero.
And Luwero.
Yeah. Okay. Kamuli we've scaled down a bit, but we'll...
Oh, because you're focusing on shea, and shea is taking a hit.
Yes.
Okay.
But and they also, Kamuli had issues of land ownership and the sugarcane outgrowers scheme. So it was a bit of a challenge, and also because the feature is to have these farmers lease land on a large scale. We can lease land on their behalf, then we'll see how we harvest share at the end of that day.
Okay.
Because we don't want the farmer to keep using the whole.
And stay small.
And stay small.
Because your problem is they can't stay small for forever.
No, we can't stay small. So what we are looking at is to have larger farmland lease. Because we have people who have land and they're not using it in these villages. So these are the people we need to talk to, so that we have farm leasing options with them. It can be a 3-year lease option, and they are paid for lease, for that land being leased. As we manage the agronomy and the farming details with the farmer. So you realize that the farmers will have a bigger area to farm. You can use equipment, because with these small plots of theirs, you can't even put a tractor there.
No, it's just because actually, but if you have like 5 of them, every neighbor, you consolidate the land because they are neighboring each other, then you can use the tractor. Is that the plan?
Yes. Also, that can be done. But still, because we want, maybe season A, you've brought maybe 200 kilos. Let season B have at least 500, and you can't get the 500 in that small place. That's why you're looking at the farm leasing option. Then we also have another platform we are building for anyone to engage in agriculture. We want more people to engage in agriculture. So we are saying that, can you sponsor a farmer to farm? That will be farm sponsorship, and you still share the proceeds with a farmer. For example, Damali, you have an extra 2 million or 1 million that is on the account. You say, okay, let me have a farm sponsorship with farmer. There's maybe 3 farmers. And when we do the market connect, you get proceeds for that investment, and there'll be some proceeds sharing.
So I put in my 1 million.
Yes.
And then you guys help the farmer to grow maize this season.
Yes.
Then they harvest. It's what, 3 months? How does
maize 3 months, 90 days.
They harvest
at most, depending on the variety, at most 120 days.
Okay. Then when they harvest, you guys pay me back my 1M plus the interest in 4 months.
Yes.
How much would that interest be?
It's usually below 5 million. Is usually 10%, but it also depends on the value chain. Some value chains are premium, so you might find that the harvest share you still get on top of a bonus on top of the 1.1 million. Which
ones are the premium value chain?
Things like soybean. If you do sim,
why are they premium?
The costs. The market price is usually high, and they don't have these
fluctuations.
The huge fluctuations, and they are export commodities. Actually, last season we had people looking for soybean, and because there was drought, there was no soybean. Then we are saying, can't we have irrigation schemes, and such there is production throughout the year. So
how many people have you been able to convince to invest in this providing their money for the farmer and then they get it back with interest?
That one is about to be launched, but what we've done is the trading fund, because it's low
Tell me
risk.
about that one.
Yeah, the trading fund, during the harvest season, when farmers need to sell their crop to Green Shares for them to link them to a market, an individual investment club or anyone can come to Green Shares and invest their money. They will have an investment agreement. You get an investment certificate. Depending on the amount you've invested in, you earn a return.
Okay.
That
so
money,
you invest 3M. I decide I'm going to invest 3M in this trading fund. How much money do I get back?
you get a 10%.
Still 10%.
Yes,
Same
in
as
90 days. Yeah, same as in the farm sponsorship, but the difference is in the farm sponsorship you're also entitled to a bonus above the costs of the of the farming. Like if for example there is a profit of more than maybe, or like a quick example, your yield was maybe a ton, and the margin was about 800, so you still benefit from that margin on top of the 10%. Minimum interest, 10%. Yes.
Okay, and then in the trading fund is fixed, it's 10%.
Yeah, trading fund is fixed, 10% below 5 million, 12% above 5 million.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's interesting to see that people, okay, we didn't want to publicize it so much, so we, because we are still testing.
You're like, we don't want too much money right now.
No, we are still testing to see how it works, whether people will accept. They are saying trading fund, trading in commodity trading. Yeah. So when we posted on our social media platforms, of course we got some inquiries and some people signed up. We're excited because we didn't have money then to trade. Yeah, and it's amazing when people like say, "You mean my money was sitting on the account for nothing?" And
I could have made some money.
Yeah, I could have made some money. Yeah, so we are trying to see that more people engage in agriculture as a business because it can be an investment vehicle. Yeah.
And I like it in terms of, for example, if you invest in the trading fund, you get your money back plus and it's in the premium products, yeah?
Yes.
You get your money back plus the interest, but most importantly also helping the farmer.
Yeah, you're helping
so in
the
a way,
farmer, improving
it's
livelihoods.
a win-win, yeah.
Yes, improving livelihoods. Yeah. Then we're excited about next year when we want to launch the digital farms.
Tell us
you don't have to own land to be a farmer. You can be a digital farmer.
Want to be farmers.
You can be okay, because we know that some people don't have that time to fully participate in agriculture. We are going to launch some digital farms where, hoping our platform is going to be ready. Yeah, we are working around.
So how does the digital farm work?
The digital farm, you go online, look at the farms available, look at the trading history, planting yield history.
So
and choose.
I am a farmer, Jamali Sali, and I have 20 acres, and I've been with you guys for the last 2 years. So someone who wants to be in the digital farm can go on my profile and see Jamali Sali has 20 acres and she's been making this profit.
That's one way, but the other way is the one we are launching soon is where there is land available, because we have people
who owns the land.
People who've approached us for farm leasing.
All right, so I am Jamali Sali. I have land, but I'm not using it.
Yes.
And I'm happy to lease it out
to
you guys
Green
to use
Shares.
for farming.
Yes.
Okay.
So what will happen, you log on, see the different value chains. There's a calculator depending on how much you want to invest. You have your 5 million, you select a value chain. We'll give you a projected.
I own the land, plus I need to put money in.
If you own the land, you don't, it's these other people who want to farm and don't have land that will lease your land.
Okay,
but
so you
through
have
us.
two ends. You have two ends. One, the people who have land who are happy to lease it.
Yes.
And then other people who have money who don't have land.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So what will happen, you select a value chain you want to invest in. There will be a calculator to inform you of projected proceeds or income. There will be a trend history on how the market price has been running. Then you fill out forms, you get an agreement. Then you get the GPS mapping of your farm. So when you get time, you can even go and visit the farm. We've identified.
Then who does the actual farming? You have
Green Shares through our agronomists and partners.
Okay.
Who do the actual farming. For you, you put in your money, then Green Shares does the farming and
then
up
the
to
owner
the
of the land,
market.
what do they make out of it when they lease it to you?
They are going to get revenue from, because usually an acre is about 100,000 lease per annum. So
An acre, wait, if I have an acre and I lease it, I get just 100,000?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
I guess if I wasn't making anything out of it.
Yeah, if you're if you're not using it for anything and people have square miles.
True.
People have square miles, so if you're not using the land, you can
might as well do that.
Yeah. So
Green Shares will actually do the farming.
Yes,
from these two sides. The owner of the land leases it out. The one with the capital, with the money, who doesn't want to farm, gives it to you. Then you do the farming. Then you also pay the owner of the land.
Yes.
Their annual leasing fee.
Yes.
And then when you sell, you give back.
Yes, we give back the owner of the capital, and they will see the different costs that have gone to their plot, because actually, in actual sense, they are the ones leasing the land.
Okay.
We are just doing a collection, we are just a collection channel to make sure things are going okay. And to de-risk the agricultural losses that are related to farming, we are going to have crop insurance. There is now crop insurance in Uganda. Yes, so
in case there is a drought, crops are dead.
Yes,
the owner of the capital still gets their money, and the owner of the land still gets their money.
Yes, because there's what insurance.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, so that's what we are working on, and we're excited about having more food in Uganda with people with more income.
So currently, how many farmers are you working with?
We are now at 180 farmers.
180.
Yes, 180. But because it was a pilot study to take the do's and don'ts, and
you're learning.
Yeah,
you mean, like, if I make a mistake, it's not a big one.
yes. So yeah, we are hoping to close the year at about 300, because the season is coming up in November. Yes.
Okay. And then
through Market Connect. Yes. And
then the agronomists that you keep talking about, the agronomists are people who know how to do agriculture?
Yes. They are trained, qualified, with experience. Yes.
It's not someone like, I've grown maize before. So yes, I know how to do it.
No, you have to have a papers, do something to show that you are qualified.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm happy about where you're going with this, but there's a value chain that I usually look at. What about the coffee value chain? Is our biggest export. Have you thought of it, or why haven't you thought of it?
Oh, why I haven't? Because coffee is already like an organized value chain. You can take it up for people doing digital farms and people willing to invest in long duration value chains. You need to wait for some years for you to earn from coffee.
It's like 3 years, I think. It's like 3 years before it starts.
Yes. Okay, there are some varieties that can do less than that, maybe 1.5 years they start fruiting. But still, when something is still new, people want to first test. So we opted for the short value chains before. Okay. I see that if someone has invested in a digital farm in a short value chain, then in future they will say, why don't I go long term?
Okay, but to start out, they're like, okay, maize, 4 months. Then they can see their return, they can see their money. Then you're able to prove that this works.
Yes.
Okay, that's why have you looked then at the horticulture value chain? Because that is also short term.
No, we haven't, because when we are doing our market study, we thought that really we opted for value chains that are easy to manage, and also the farmers has experience in dealing in those value chains, or there's something they can also use, because you find some farmers still, if they are growing soybean, they also have hens, so they can reduce also their
own costs.
Yeah, because we want to also promote an integrated model where a farmer earns all year round.
Or they can eat what they farm.
Yes, they can also eat what they farm. Reduce costs.
Yes. Interesting. Well, is it Okay, I've done several studies where they encourage farmers to do a certain value chain which they can't eat. It's something you can't actually eat. Then they end up starving because they're growing something on their land that they can't actually eat.
Yes.
Then they struggle to feed themselves, so they are starving farmers. So
Which is not good, really. The farmer should be a happy farmer. Yeah, they can eat well and they're also earning.
So I like that you've actually used digital technology to bring trading into this, digital farming into it. I feel like that's in a way the way to go. You have people who have money but it's sitting there, so you could say, fine, I could invest it in MTN IPO, or I could invest it here in the farming where I can get the money back in 3 or 4 months.
Yes.
And with my interest quick. and help a farmer.
Yeah, you're helping a farmer.
Yes.
And Ugandans want quick money.
Exactly. So, they want their cash.
That's also one thing. Yes. They want their money now. So
okay. So we're almost running out of our time. Do you have anything that you'd like to say that we've missed out, or your closing words?
Yeah. Okay. Generally, what Green Shares is trying to do is to reimagine farming. We need to unlock the farmers' potential in terms of production and income, and also to engage more people in agriculture. Whether you have land or not, you can still be a farmer and earn a return. Agriculture can be an investment vehicle. Yes. So we are reimagining farming.
You're imagining farming. Yes. That's nice. Thank you. And I like that, of course, you're touching this because, a lot of farmers are women. It's the women who are really on the farm. And then somehow they get lost in the value chain. After the harvest, that's when the women start reducing out of the value chain. So I like when you digitize it, in a way it helps women to stay in the value chain, to get on the higher value processes.
Yeah,
you can still do that.
True. Yeah, and most of our beneficiaries are women, actually 75%. But you realize that at payment level, when it's time to pay this farmer, it's the husband getting the money because he's the one with the phone. So we also need to see how
that is sad.
We'll make them also touch the money, but hopefully it gets to the farmer.
Yeah,
who did the hard work.
Yeah.
Yes. So probably phones should be cheaper so that they are more accessible.
Yeah, because the lady is probably putting her husband's phone because she doesn't have a handset.
Yes.
The handset is expensive. So the husband is the one with the handset. So while she's doing all the work, that's why she puts the husband.
Then the husband decides where the money should go.
Where it goes.
Because he's the head of the home.
And he's the one. If I'm the one with the cash, of course, then I will decide where the money goes. But thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. There you had it. Learn more about Green Shares. If you have your money, 1M, and you want to invest into digital farming, you can. If you have land that you're not using and you're happy to lease it up, you can. But you can go on there on all the social media platforms. Go and learn more about them. Thank you so much.